How do we want to be remembered? As the generation who destroyed our home? Or the one that finally came to respect it? With the rise of global temperatures and extreme weather events, there is no doubt that we are tackling one of the greatest challenges that humanity has ever faced. But we are also facing one of the greatest opportunities. Right here, right now, we have the chance to reconsider our lifestyle, our investment decisions, and production practices, and design a new and sustainable future for us all. Around the world, countries are rallying. Leaders are making brave and bold choices to change business as usual and build a resilient, low-carbon world. But they cannot do it alone, and change will not happen overnight. We need to work together to develop innovative solutions that fast-track the shift away from our old habits and 100 years of industrial thinking to find a new way forward without leaving anyone behind. Responding to climate change has the potential to bring in trillions of dollars in investment and has already shown that it can ramp up innovation, clean industries, and green jobs. It may be one of the biggest economic opportunities the world has ever seen, and one that can change the lives of millions of people everywhere. To realize this potential, we need to be working at local, national, regional, and global levels to develop policies and agree on actions that will benefit all. In 2016, 196 countries from around the world worked together to sign the landmark Paris Agreement to combat climate change and accelerate and intensify the actions and investments needed for a sustainable, lower carbon future, and regularly report on its efforts to combat climate change. Climate scientists agree that we have 11 years to transition our economies towards a climate-smart pathway or risk facing catastrophe. But getting on track will cost many trillions of dollars, and delaying these investments will only increase the bill. On our global march towards a new low-carbon era, we need the right kinds of investment models and structures to help countries reach their climate goals and achieve global impact. Lending or granting affordable funding to low and middle-income countries, known as concessional finance, is key to accelerating climate investments and unlocking the transformative potential of climate action across the globe. Concessional finance reduces barriers so that investors feel confident in supporting low-carbon technologies and markets that they may otherwise have considered too risky, too costly, or premature. The right financing brings bigger, bolder, and better action that can respond to the world's most pressing crisis. But how can we best use climate finance for maximum results? Having sufficient resources is important, but funding projects is not enough. We need a different approach. To reach our goals, we need to work towards bringing sectors together into one clear vision for climate-smart interventions. We need to find new ways of doing business and ensure we maximize our limited public resources to change behaviors, create new markets, and bring about a systemic change across sectors. When we use concessional climate finance in this way, we can accelerate our progress towards a more sustainable future. Over the past 10 years, such a programmatic approach has triggered long-term transformational change across multiple sectors and countries. It centers on the idea that real change is bigger than just one project or one sector. Advancing climate action means investing to change systems, markets, and policies in alignment with national climate strategies and in close coordination with governments, multilateral development banks, the private sector, civil society, and indigenous people and local communities. It means ensuring a predictable, flexible, and large amount of resources to empower champions to drive difficult reform agendas. With countries in the driver's seat, this approach delivers far greater collective impact.
What we're seeing is that the programs are helping all the actors get together. So you have the companies, the providers of the technologies, the banks, and the Colombian government. We have served as a vehicle for various ministries and other entities to get involved in this interaction between the companies and the providers of the technology. The programs have served in a way to organize the dialogue about these technologies and how they can be used in the country. It has a lot of potential. What we've done before is just a fraction of what we can do moving forward.
In Zambia, this approach has had a nationwide impact. Climate action is now a priority across all rungs of government and a key consideration in everything from policy planning to provincial development initiatives. Agriculture, tourism, transport, energy, and other sectors have become climate smarter as a result. Zambia's Climate Change Authority has emerged as a powerful agent of change, helping expand the national budget for climate-resilient activities such as integrated fish farming to ensure livelihoods for generations to come. And in Ghana, where the deforestation rate is among the highest in the world and environmental degradation costs the country almost 10% of its GDP each year, the government has been spurred to modernize its approach to its agricultural sector. This has led to more robust institutional capacity and policy reforms to support cocoa and agricultural practices, while also empowering local communities to implement forestry policies in line with their own interests. As climate-smart policies open doors to sustainable initiatives, multilateral development banks, or MDBs, have a pivotal role to play, filling critical financing and knowledge gaps for climate action in developing countries while attracting billions of dollars in private sector investment. In the fields of renewable energy and energy efficiency, the model has worked to break through investment barriers, resulting in a number of first-of-a-kind projects all around the world. The state-of-the-art Cerro Pabellón geothermal plant in Chile is a bold step towards the country's goal of doubling clean energy capacity by 2020 and reducing dependence on imported fossil fuels. Developing it required more than ambition. It required the right financing and the right approach.
Una delle principali barriere della geotermia è l'attività di perforazione, che richiede spese di capitali dell'ordine del 30% del totale di un budget di un progetto geotermico.
Concessional financing lowered costs and lowered risk, allowing the private sector to inject additional funding to build the first geothermal power plant in South America. Including Cerro Pabellón, the programmatic approach has enabled around 3 gigawatts in geothermal power worldwide. In Morocco, the programmatic approach has cleared a path toward developing the Nur Huarzazat concentrated solar power plant, the largest facility of its kind in the world and a shining example of the power of climate finance. Nur provides clean energy to 2 million Moroccans and accounts for a quarter of Morocco's solar energy target of 2 gigawatts by 2020. In Morocco and around the world, it has sparked new market and policy conditions that are making CSP a more viable and affordable technology.
The market of CSP is growing. We can see it in North of Africa, in South of Africa, in the Middle East, in America, in South of Europe. A lot of projects are going, are under development. The industry is growing. Looking at the example of Morocco, that is showing the world that CSP is possible, CSP is affordable. It's showing to the world that we can do it. So it makes me proud. It's given me a story also to tell it to my family.
In India, the approach is breaking ground for large-scale solar photovoltaic projects that are bringing the country closer to its ambitious target of producing 100 gigawatts of solar energy by 2022. That's enough energy to electrify millions of households. New investments are enabling initiatives such as India's largest solar park and an expansion of the country's rooftop solar industry. It's estimated that rooftop solar alone can save almost 2 billion tons of CO2 emissions and lead to nearly 50,000 jobs. Companies are now investing with greater confidence in India's rooftop solar market.
It has become much more easier for banks to come forward and start lending. So when they look at rooftop solar projects, they're no longer worried about what is this all about. People have understood that this is what it is and we need to support it. People have started realizing the benefits of the rooftop solar. We are seeing a lot of interest from the market players, from the industry, as well as the consumer side, who are looking to adopt rooftop solar as a source of energy for their establishments, for their operations.
In mega cities around the world, where pollution poses a major threat to residents, the demand for climate-smart services is enormous, given the opportunity for transformation they bring to the clean transport and energy sector. Because of climate finance, Bogota, Colombia, is now home to the first fleet of hybrid buses in the region, transporting 150,000 passengers a day. And things are just getting started. In 2015, Bogota and 17 other Latin American cities committed to transitioning to low or zero-emission buses. These cities recognized that clean buses can bring economic, environmental, and health benefits while reducing emissions that contribute to climate change.
The hybrid buses are an excellent initiative. You can feel when the bus changes from gas to electricity. The bus just turns really silent. And that's the moment that I realized that the shift has been made.
Investing in climate resilience is just as important as investing in new markets. We need to support developing countries in adapting to the impacts of climate change, whether it's integrating climate resilience into country development plans, investing in climate-smart infrastructure, or piloting new data or service solutions for governments, private sector, and communities to make more informed decisions. This approach is improving weather and water monitoring, along with data collection in Jamaica, enabling decision makers and communities to be better prepared in times of crisis.
Beforehand, we would have to go there with radiated gauges and plant them in, and when the water rises to that level, we'll have to move again to keep our records. Information was not that accurate. Now with equipment like these, in these areas, We can now have accurate information to come up with better decisions.
In Mozambique, a programmatic approach is helping the government stimulate growth and contributing to poverty reduction through improved road infrastructure, better sector policies, and enhanced road sector management. A first-of-its-kind set of road standards, tailor-made for Mozambique, was financed to bolster climate resilience and long-term growth nationwide.
Foi cor resiliente porque fora de pôr terra normal foi colocado cimento e permite que pode ser carregado com água, desde que não haja muita pressão e a estrada manter firme. Esta é a parte mais alta. Além do que no outro caudal principal, do canal principal, onde está o canal, está elevado e que mesmo a última cheia de 2.000, que é alta, se puder passar, o canal continuará firme sem ser descido. Este é outro mérito que foi acaudelado no desenho do canal principal que escoa do atual sistema, dos quais beneficiou dos 1.050 hectares.
While the model provides incredible opportunities for partnerships, the development of new markets and large-scale innovative projects, perhaps the most critical component, is its focus on people. As governments and leaders around the world develop strategies and make decisions around how to reach their climate goals, there is a life-changing multiplier effect happening on the ground as investments trigger changes in the socio-economic fabric of our societies. The lives of individuals are being transformed. Like Janet's, in a remote corner of Chile, her community has reliable access to energy for the first time, allowing her to enroll in an online degree course, start her own business, and access medical treatment.
Y cuando los niños se enfermaban a medianoche no había mucho que hacer con vela, y si era muy grave teníamos que salir así en oscura a la posta, ¿me entiendes? Porque tampoco antes había señal de teléfono ni nada, así que así teníamos que vivir. Hoy día, gracias a Dios, hay luz las 24 horas, así que un niño se enferma, podemos llamar al paramédico o ir o atenderlo nosotros con la forma que tenemos de sanarlo.
Preventing deforestation has provided livelihoods, training and capacity building opportunities for cocoa farmers in Ghana, where Kenneth has been empowered to support his family, choosing to build on his late grandmother's legacy as a cocoa farmer instead of looking for opportunities elsewhere.
The dream is to be successful. The plan was to get to Spain. So I was willing to go all in with all that I have, even though I was aware that there are dangers. I have no intention of leaving Ghana again, from what I've seen, because the foundation is there. All I have to do is to learn and follow. I know wherever that my grandmom is, she would be very proud of me, and I know she will support me in spirit.
The growing biogas industry in Nepal has provided Nimish with a career and opened up new opportunities for many others in a country where jobs are scarce.
So, in Nepal, I found my platform, the professional which I can maintain, and it's going to be a good example for the young generation also. This kind of project gives job to the locals around the corner of the Nepal and the people who are educated. This kind of projects give opportunity and give a dimension to our Nepal.
Philomena in Mozambique has learned farming techniques that are more resistant to floods.
Ifambeliwe tihomu iveni ku tsaka swinene swo kumbe va nga hi kota hi ku lasa hi sungulisa a ku tlhela hi suka hi nyima ni swo swi ha kombela le ka n'wina.
One of the key elements of the model has been to recognize the critical role of women in the fight against climate change. Around the world, women are disproportionately impacted by climate change. But if fully empowered, they have the potential to become powerful climate advocates as policymakers and community leaders. At rural and community levels, they play an important role in changing perceptions and advocating for change at a grassroots level.
Wona kulipula ine liande kuzofateni lizazi nilonda kileli tunaulu neba batu balima abafumaniza kucha neba batu baeza chwani bapanga ze mukafela ze pangala ze lukanira kulizirupilise azibona ali kuliza konda chwereka na kuketuleka na luketile kulya kandi kibunde fera ruweze za litapi.
From starting, I want to come in renewable energy sector because it's new. My dream was renewable energy. I'm only girl here in whole 132 megawatt plant. If you want to gain the knowledge, you have to come.
Esto es algo nuevo, la primera planta geotérmica en todo Chile. Es que esto es como un nuevo boom, entonces es como el nuevo cobre, que como les decimos en Chile, el nuevo cobre. Bueno, nada, más que nada me siento orgullosa de ser una de las mujeres de las que están quedando aquí en este proyecto tan grande y tan nuevo.
From the rooftops of India to the Atacama Desert in Chile, from the cocoa plantations of Ghana to the restaurants of Nepal and beyond, change is taking root and transforming the way in which individuals, communities, and nations are thinking about the future.
I think that for us to repair the amount of damage we have caused our climate so that we can leave it for posterity, it's time for all of us to get involved. So don't think that climate change conversation is for the government. Don't think that it's for the teacher. Don't think it's for the media person. You at home, what are you doing about it?
We have everything we need to achieve our climate action goals and pave the way for generations to come. For lasting transformational change, we need to keep investing in the model pioneered by the climate investment funds. Together, we can make way for a safer, more prosperous future for all. Together, we can change the world.